A subtle Dharma such as this, the Buddhas, the thus come ones, preach but occasionally. You should believe that in what the Buddha says, the words are not vain. The Buddhas preach the Dharma appropriately. Their purport is hard to understand. What is the reason? By resort to numberless devices and to various means, parables, and phrases do I proclaim the Dharmas. This Dharma is not a thing that discursive or discriminatory reasoning can understand. Only Buddhas can know it. What is the reason? The Buddhas, the world-honored ones, for one great cause alone appear in the world. What do I mean by the Buddhas, the world-honored ones, for one great cause alone appear in the world? The Buddhas, the world-honored ones, appear in the world because they wish to cause the beings to hear the Buddha's knowledge and insight, and thus enable them to gain purity. They appear in the world because they wish to demonstrate the Buddha's knowledge and insight to the beings. They appear in the world because they wish to cause the beings to understand. They appear in the world because they wish to cause the beings to enter into the path of the Buddha's knowledge and insight. This is the one great cause for which the Buddha appears in the world. The Buddhas, the thus come ones, teach the Bodhisattvas merely that whatever they do is for one purpose, namely to demonstrate and make intelligible the Buddha's knowledge and insight to the beings. The thus come one, by resort to the one Buddha vehicle, alone preaches the Dharma to the beings. There are no other vehicles, whether 2 or 3. The Dharmas of the Buddhas in all 10 directions are also of this sort. The Buddhas of the past, by resort to incalculable and numberless devices and to various means, parables, and phrases, proclaimed the Dharmas to the beings. These Dharmas were all directed toward the one Buddha vehicle. These beings, hearing the Dharma from the Buddhas, all attain thoroughly to knowledge of all modes. Future Buddhas shall come into the world, and they, too, by resorting to incalculable and numberless devices and to various means, parables, and phrases, shall proclaim the Dharmas to the beings. These Dharmas shall all be directed toward the one Buddha vehicle. These beings, hearing the Dharma from the Buddhas, shall all attain thoroughly the knowledge of all modes. The Buddhas, the world-honored ones, in the incalculable hundreds of thousands of myriads of millions of Buddha lands in the 10 directions of present time, have many beings whom they benefit and put at ease. These Buddhas also, by resort to incalculable and numberless devices and to various means, parables, and phrases, proclaim the Dharmas to the beings. These Dharmas are all directed toward the one Buddha vehicle. These beings, hearing the Dharma from the Buddhas, shall all attain thoroughly to knowledge of all modes. These Buddhas teach the Bodhisattvas merely because they wish to demonstrate the Buddha's knowledge and insight to the beings, because they wish to enlighten the beings with the Buddha's knowledge and insight, because they wish to cause the beings to enter into the Buddha's knowledge and insight. I, too, am like this, knowing that the beings have various desires and objects to which their thoughts are profoundly attached, following their basic natures, by resort to the expedient power of various means, parables, and phrases, I preach the Dharma to them. I do this only in order that they may gain the one Buddha vehicle and knowledge of all modes. In the worlds of the 10 directions, there are not even 2 vehicles. How much less can there be 3? The Buddhas come into an evil world stained with 5 defilements, to wit, the defilement of the kalpa, the defilement of the agonies, the defilement of the beings, the defilement of views, and the defilement of the lifespan. When the kalpa is in chaos, the stains of the beings run deep, and with greed and envy they complete unwholesome roots. Therefore the Buddhas, with their expedient powers, make distinctions in the one Buddha vehicle, and speak of three. If a disciple of mine, thinking himself or herself an Arhat or Pratyeka Buddha, neither has heard nor knows of these matters that the Buddhas, the thus come ones, teach to bodhisattvas alone, he or she is no disciple of the Buddha, neither Arhat nor Pratyeka Buddha. If such bhikshus or bhikshunis say to themselves, I have already attained arhatship, this is my last body, I have perfected nirvana. And if then they resolve no further to seek anuttara samyak sambodhi, be it known that this lot are all persons of overweening pride. What is the reason? That a bhikshu who has truly attained arhatship should not believe this dharma? That is impossible, except when, after a Buddha's passage into extinction, no Buddha is present. What is the reason? After the Buddha's passage into extinction, persons who receive, keep, read, recite, and understand scriptures like this one shall be hard to find. If they encounter other Buddhas, they shall then get decisive instruction concerning this Dharma. You must all, single-mindedly, believe, understand, receive, and keep the Buddha's word. For in the word of the Buddhas, the thus come ones, there is nothing either vain nor arbitrary. There are no other vehicles. There is only the one Buddha vehicle.